Welcome back to Dead Good Book Reviews. I'm Judith and you're watching another What I'm Reading Right Now video here on the channel. Today I'm filming on the 14th of September. It is a Wednesday, trying to get my schedule somewhere into a semblance of order and not really succeeding. I'm a bit discombobulated this week, not because of the news in the UK, which frankly I could care less about, but I was in York this weekend with my mum. We had a lovely trip. I will talk a little bit about some of purchases that may have been made, or one purchase that may have been made, and it was absolutely lovely, but I was meant to come back on Sunday and then the trains were really messed up, so I stayed an extra night and came back on Monday, and now I don't really know what day of the week it is. But I did get a little bit of reading done while I was on my trip, not very much, so we're going to talk about what I have been reading, what I'm currently reading, what I'm going to be reading, and new books that came in, new releases. It's a whole thing. Get ready. First up, things that I have read. I only finished 2 books since the last time I updated you, which feels wrong. I feel like I've been doing a lot of reading, but apparently I have not. I finished Akata Woman by Nnedi. This is the 3rd book in the Nativity Scripts series. I hoped it was the last book in the series. It isn't, and I just think it would have been neat to tie it off as a trilogy, but hey, I don't know where the series is going. I think this is maybe where this series and me part ways, just because I don't think I really enjoyed it very much. I didn't stay engaged with it particularly well. It's not that I don't like Nnedi writing, because I've liked that other stuff, but this just wasn't for me in the same way that something like Binti or Remote Control was. I think I'm going to stick to her adult stuff from now on, is the plan. But yeah, don't regret reading it, had a good time, like Sunny, the main character. I'm going to film a video for at least the first 3, well, the first 3 that exist, that's the plan. So that will be up in all the fullness of time. And then after that, I finished Elantris, which is the first book of my Brandon Sanderson project that I'm working on, where I'm going to be reading a Brandon Sanderson's book, short story, piece of the Cosmere every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks I will read one book. Really enjoyed that, had a good time. Elantris is such a good story. There's some bits that are a little bit dated, shall we say? I think this originally came out in 2005, 2006, and yeah, it's there's a few moments where I'm like, I don't think we'd write that now. Would we, Brandon? I hope not. But the story itself, very good. The mystery, very good. The rereadability, exquisite. Such fun to reread. And I think that's something I'm hoping to find a lot with this Brandon Sanderson project, where a lot of it is rereading. I've read a fair amount of it before and just get more out of it this time. So that's the plan. Current reads, I've made no progress on A Restless Truth or Blood of Tyrants. Those are just going to be kicking around until I've finished a couple of other bits off my list. But I have made progress on using press releases as bookmarks, as usual. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This is a fantasy novel that's coming out from Orbit in November. I don't think this is the press release from this book, or I would tell you exactly when it's out. So far, this is okay. I can't say it's totally gripped me. It's first person, which is never really my thing, but I am only 50 pages in, so I can't really judge at this point. I'm hoping to finish this today, and this was also going to show up in my book haul section, but let's bring it forward because I'm working on Babel by R.F. Kuang. This is my physical copy of it. I have the Waterstones one. I have pulled the sticky label that they put on the front off because how dare you? Yeah, it's a nice addition. I don't mind it. I know a lot of people have very fancy stenciled edges. I'm just enjoying. I'm just seeing if it's coming off of my fingers a little bit. The sprayed edges. I am 42% of the way through the audiobook of this, and so far I have very few complaints. I'm enjoying it. I like a bit of dark academia. I like an Oxford novel. I probably shouldn't. I should probably think they're overdone, but I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time, and I think that I'm finding it really interesting where R.F. Kuang is coming from in this loving Oxford and loving it as a city and loving existing in it, and also being super aware of the problems that the city has. I find that very truthful in this book, which I'm really liking. The one thing I will say is whoever worked at Harper and did your audiobooks, just check the pronunciation of a few things. Just a couple of bits where I'm like, well, that's just not how you say that word. And it would have been fairly easy to check. But you know what? It's probably me being snooty. And maybe they did pronounce it that way in the 18th century and they have checked. Who knows? Still to read this week, I have a reread of Tochi Onyebuchi's Riot Baby. I just want to give this a little bit of time and thought. I don't want to jump in, just like, right, knock that off the list, it's a novella. So I'm going to try and finish the other bits I have to read first, which are One Dark Window, Babel. It's not going to be anywhere. Oh, it's here, it's practical. I might try and do a reread of A Deadly Education just in time for the Golden Enclaves, but I can remember this fairly well, and I can remember the sequel fairly well, so I think I might not manage that, but let's keep it off the shelf just in case. Wolf Speaker by Tamara Pierce, I want to start and finish, and Animorphs 43. That's all that I'm going to try and get to in the next 5 days. That is 6 books in 5 days. Well, one of them's an audiobook. It's probably going to be fine. let's talk books that have come in the last week or so, because I've had quite a bit of book mail, most of which was ordered by me. I would say, yeah, 3 of however many, 4 of many have been ordered by me. I already mentioned Babel. Love it. Nice to see it. Took ages to come in. It's fine. Another pre-order that I got very excited for was Unraveller by Frances Hardinge. This is just an absolutely stunning hardback. Is there anything on the underside? Ooh, look. Look, there's stuff on the spine. What fun. I already read this. I just knew I wanted to own a physical copy because I never bought a hardback copy of Deep Blood and I've regretted it since. And Unraveller is such a good book. So much fun. I am going to film a review for it now that I have the physical copy in. Maybe I'll do that this afternoon. I haven't quite decided. Maybe on a day where I look a little bit less like a troll, perhaps. Last pre-order that came in was None of the Ninth. I know a lot of people are excited about reading this. I am too. I don't have space in my schedule to read it now, but I also don't want to be spoiled. So maybe we'll make this my bank holiday read, now that we have a bank holiday, perhaps. And the last thing that I purchased was actually my purchase from York. This was when I went to Portal Books in York, which I will link below because they are one of my favourite online book retailers, and it was really, really lovely to get to know them in person. They are an LGBT plus friendly and supportive and focused bookshop in the centre of York, and it was just wonderful, and I got to go in and I got to chat with a person who I don't know if they were the owner or not, but like, it was just wonderful and refreshing, and I actually bought the 4th Tenserate book novella. I read the first 3 in an audiobook bind up, and now I just have this. It's little, it's small, and I'm excited to get to it. I was there and I wanted to buy something, but I knew I'd need to carry it home, so little novella was the perfect option for me. And lastly, this came in when I was away. This is from Orbit Books, sent me this kindly for free. Thank you so much. This is The Stars Undying by Emery Robin. This is another November release. This is out on the 10th of November, and as far as I know, the main reason I picked this up is they said it was for fans of Arcady Martin, and I definitely am. A sweeping, spectacular space opera debut inspired by the empires of ancient Rome and Egypt. I'm here for it. I like it. I'm on a bit of a sci-fi kick at the moment. I'm open-minded and enjoying myself, and it's been a good time. Do we want to quickly touch on other NetGalley things that I've added to my list, just to give you a sense of what's coming down the pipeline? I got approved for Strike the Zither by Joan He, which is YA, but I'm very excited for it because I love Joan He's other stuff. I've talked about that fairly recently in a new releases video, I think. City of Last Chances by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Again, I spoke about that in that new releases video. Looking forward to reading some Tchaikovsky. Lost in the Moment and Found by Shannon Maguire, which is the next Wayward Children's book. Oh, I'm so excited. I really want to put everything down and read that now, but I know I should wait and I should savour it and read it closer to the time and film a review because I have done that for all the others. It'll happen. And lastly, I just recently got approved for Gleanings, which is the short stories in the world of Archivist Scythe. I opened this up because it wouldn't let me download a Kindle file, so I just quickly opened the EPUB, and it's like 400 pages, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it would be much shorter, but hey, I'm here for it. I'm excited to read it. We'll see how we go. Everything is in my TBR, scheduled out. But I am kind of wanting to throw everything out the window and just read these new releases. New releases. Let's talk about new releases that have come out or are coming out this week. The most obvious of which is, of course, None of the Ninth. I already mentioned it. Everyone's excited about it. I'm excited about it too. I have read just the first page, and I already know that I'm going to be deeply confused, but have a great time. There's also a dog on the cover. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a dog on the cover, so I'm excited. Also out this week from Orbit is Davinia Evans' Notorious Sorcerer. This is my review copy, but I think it is actually a finished copy, so this is what it looks like if you're wondering. It's very pretty. My overall feeling on this, having read it, was that I liked it a lot. I'm excited to see where the series goes, and I think it will be better on a reread. It's got that like debut thing of just a little bit off. I think a reread will cement it in my mind. But yes, very lovely if you were interested in that. The Ballad of Never After is out. If you remember my feelings on the first book, I'm not going to be reading it, but I wish you all the best if you are reading it. And lastly, Aidan Thomas's new book, The Sunbearer Trials. I did see a copy of this out while I was in York, and it looked wonderful, and I very nearly bought it, but I'm going to wait and see what other people think, because I don't know if it's going to be too YA for me. We'll see. I always gesture in this direction, and I know I'm going to put a cover there. Why am I like this? Well, wish me luck with all of the wonderful reading I still have to do this week. I'm hoping it will be smooth sailing and good reads and having fun, and also filming some videos on the side because I'm also very behind with that. Honestly, thank goodness for this extra bank holiday. I need the time. What have you been up to? What have you been reading? Do you have any of these on your TBR at the moment? If I haven't already forced you to go and buy a copy of Unraveller, you should do so immediately. It's my top pick for September, I think. Let me know all of that stuff down in the comments below while you're down there commenting. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. It makes me feel loved and appreciated. though nothing makes me feel more loved and appreciated than my patrons over on Patreon who support the channel and in return get access to bonus content and early access to videos. If you would like to join their number, that's linked below. Also linked below are my Twitter and my Discord if you want to come have chill chats about books. I'm trying to get back on the Discord wagon now that I am a bit less busy with work and non-work. Maybe, hopefully, come hang out there. It will motivate me to do so. Thank you so much for watching. That's all from me, and I will see you in the next one.
There's gonna be some bloopers now.
Welcome back to Dead Good Book Reviews. Welcome back to Dead Good... Right Baby by Touchy on You Book...